We go from the high banks of the Daytona International Speedway down to the 1 mile flat oval, the New Hampshire Motor Speedway, for the LENOX 301. We're getting so close to the chase for the Gatorade Cup. On the pole is the 8AV Leopard. He needs a great result here today to keep himself into the chase contention. Danny Lloyd in the 19.2 is outside. Then in third you have Steve Morgan, Trey Rainey in fourth, and Steve Larker rounds out the top five. One of the big three this season, Max Anderson Roloff sixth. Seventh is Colton Yo, eighth Jake West, Carson Bowers in ninth, and Nathan Stapleton rounds out the top 10. The rest of the field, Luigi in the 42 has been so great here at New Hampshire before, with Tyler Liffick in the 21. Then Benny Watson, Daytona winner, with Stephen Baker in the 96. They have Jonathan Rains and Isaac Nichols, Griffin Lynn and Luke Rainey, then Riley Sampson and Jeff Wright. Then there's Larry Bouchard Jr. and Dale Lightning. They have Jake Galway and Justin Zidell, Sebastian Kukulon and Taylor Bryan Price. Then points leader TJ Henley Stern 28th with Alexander Roach, who is inside. They have Jay Jefferson and Derek Hamill, Stephen Taylor and Joe Jefferson. Then there's Patrick Smith and Carter Friesen, Diego Yepez and Jack Marshall. Then Mac Johnson and John Gambit. Second in points leader Jack Tavo with Jonathan Beefer in the 33. And the final row, Johnny Gardner with James Dabolito, who is outside. There's your starting lap for the LENOX 301 here in New Hampshire. Let's get going with our starting command.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Settle in, relax, take a deep breath. It's a long, hard race. Gotta pace yourself.
This could definitely be an interesting race here today at New Hampshire as our 42-car field rolls off the starting grid, led by the 88 of Eli Bright. We've seen here in the past in New Hampshire, track position means a lot. You're going to want to start in the top 5, top 10. To be able to win this race, you're going to want to be on the inside at the start, but the outside can start prevailing a little bit later in the race. 45 laps, 45 miles here at New Hampshire, led by Eli Bright and Danny Lloyd. They'll be on the front row for the start of the LENOX 301 into the restart zone, and we are racing here at New Hampshire. Green flag is out. Already drivers making big moves to get down to the bottom lane. Eli Bright leads lap 1, Lloyd up to second, Lloyd back to third. Steve Morgan goes to second. Trey Rainey finds his way down from the outside down to fourth. Steve Larker grabs fifth as Max Anderson in the 47 continues to fall back. He lost the points lead last race, but this race could be a race to get it back as he's running inside the top 10 with TJ Henley and Lee Jack Tava at the back half of the field. Through 3 and 4, the front 4 get away. Larker and Anderson still balanced side by side for fifth. Bowers there in the 6th, Luigi in the 42 on the bottom lane. Yo is on the outside with his teammate Anderson trying to push his way forward. So those two are going to try and get clear on the top side. Benny Watson, Daytona winner. I saw him at the back of this field. He's dropping down in line, trying to get good runs through the field and get up inside the top 10. It's down the backstretch. This battle side by side to stalemate, but the 47 Max Anderson finally gets clear off into turn 3. Larker falls back in line. Luigi, a 3-wide move into turn 3. It's a big run for that 4-2 up into the 6. Some contact being made as Yo goes away at the racetrack. And they're 3 wide down the front stretch. Contact! The 6 and the 37 still rubbing the 6 around. The 37 spun him out. Bowers, he gets West. Oh, and into the 7 of Lynn. Gets the 72 of Rowe. And the 22 of Marshall also involved. Yellow flag is out. Eli Bright with a great enough lead where he's going to be able to lead us back. There's the battle for third. Trey Rainey to the inside of Lloyd. It's going to be Eli Bright back in front. Morgan in second. Lloyd third. Rainey fourth. Eli Bright leads us back. Yellow is out for the first time here today on lap number 5. Big crash. Griffin Lynn has damage in the 7 car. Carson Bowers was the first to go around. Marshall got some damage there, maybe some others as well. I saw the 72 maybe of Alexander Rowe with some damage. So we'll see what happened. Close 3-wide racing, and it just gets ugly from there. Bowers involved with pretty heavy damage. They got to 3-wide hitting each other. Luigi made a bold 3 and move into 3, and usually it works. But off of 4, they just get a little tight. Luigi, I think, kind of comes up a little bit higher than he should have. Gets into the 6 right there, gets into the 37. And I think Yo right here, have to get into the wall a little bit. Is a little mad at the 6. Comes down, turns into him. They go back into the wall, and that's when the 6 spins out. So I really think Yo was maybe mad at the 6. Didn't really know what was happening there. Then the 6 comes up. He gets Jake West right there. Around goes the 6. There's West into the outside wall. Yo into the outside wall still. Then the 6 comes down, gets Griffin Lynn. There's Alexander Rowe with his damage. Jake Galway through the middle of it all. He just got a little scrape there. I believe the 11 should be fine. And Marshall at the end there gets the 7 of Griffin Lynn. So last season's champion with damage and some others involved. Bowers not having a great Gatorade Cup Series career and it's just continuing here. He's running into the top 10 when that happened. Just innocent there. He didn't really have anything to do with what happened. He was just kind of wrong place, wrong time, I must say. And I think Dale Lightning did a great job getting through the middle of that as well. The 51 car. We'll go on board the 7th Griffin Lynn, last season's champion. So all this, he just had nowhere to go in the crash. And honestly, just nowhere to go for that 7. Just kept getting hit. Hits kept on coming. Also going on board some drivers up there in points. TJ Henley, the 23, who's behind this on the inside lane, though. He's able to get by it easily. As everything was happening above him, Hanley just drove right down and got a few positions off of that. Alexander Rose up there in the points, but this is not going to help him trying to stay his way inside the top 10. And he had been top 5 in points, but now this bad race could definitely affect him. But he has a few wins to try and get that wild card if he were to fall outside the top 10. He has a good enough gap where he can afford a race or two bad, but can't keep having these. And Louis Octavo also back here, 2nd in points, and he missed this on the inside lane just like Hanley, but Octavo was further back. Everyone checking up, he's wondering where to go, and sees everyone banding down low. He's thinking, well, maybe I should go down there. And see they're 4 wide after the fact. Look at them down the backstretch, stacked up 4 wide, coming back to the caution flag. Luckily, everyone kind of gets low and able to get through. Back in front, the 88 V-Lab right from the pole. They stay on the racetrack, and Eli's going to deal with the restart out front in the LENOX 301. Coming back to the restart, lap number 9. It's the 88 car out front, and all 42 cars to the left on the racetrack. 41, the lead lap. Griffin Lynn is 1 lap down from that crash damage. Eli out front. He's led every lap so far here today. In 2nd, Steve Morgan. Danny Lloyd in 3rd. Trey Rainey 4th. And Max Anderson in 5th. They have Steve Larker, Code Luigi, Benny Watson, Colton Yo, and Nathan Stapleton inside the top 10. So into the restart zone, the 88 V-Lab right with the race lead. And he gets a great jump there. But Morgan, a little bit better there on the second half of the jump. We're back racing in the 13. Could look to the inside to turn 1. He does! Morgan to the inside. There's Cole Luigi back there peeking low. And they're side by side for the racing. Can Eli hold on the top side? But Morgan a great run off of 2 and down the back. Can he get clear? The 88. Still side by side into turn number 3. This is where the outside can start coming in as well. So Eli has to fend off right here. Morgan tries to come up and not give the 88 much room. But they're still side by side down the front. But the 13 with a little bit of a gap there. He leads at the stripe as a battle for 3rd behind. 3-way battle there, but Eli falls back to 2nd. Morgan is clear now for the race lead, and Lloyd's now coming for 2nd on the 88. Eli got a great run off the top side there, is able to stay clear for 2nd, but now has to try and hunt back down that 13 car. Morgan to the race lead after getting a great restart, but the 88 has looked to have one of the faster cars here today, if not the fastest car. For 4th, Trey Rainey to the outside. Anderson moves to the inside to get by. That's 4th and 5th changing hands. Cole Luigi in 6th, wondering where he's going to go once he gets up to this battle. He looks high. That certainly could be the place to be at some points in this race, so we'll just have to see. Eli regaining back in that 13. Morgan, who just went up the racetrack a little bit. Benny Watson inside the top 10. Back-to-back good races so far for that 32 team. That's something they need. They're far down points. I don't know if they're going to be able to make the chase, but you can never have too much momentum. You never have too many great runs, and Benny Watson's trying to get another top 10, top 5 here to add to his Gatorade Cup Series resume, and doing a great job at it right now, battling with Code Luigi, a series champion for 6, and he's battling with 2 drivers inside the top 10 in points currently, Trey and Anderson, Max, so not bad there, and he just moved around Code Luigi, it looks like there, but still fighting hard. Anderson cannot make the pass on Rainey, who keeps 4th. Anderson back to 5th, but 47 back down to the inside. Luigi trying to fight on the outside, try and stay by that 32. If he get a great enough run down the straightaway, he could stay up top of him and try and get around the top side through these corners. We kind of see that with some of these passes, not always going to work. Code Luigi does give Watson the spot, so the 42 back to 7th. Benny Watson up to 6th. As up front, Eli Bright is all over the 13 Morgan. He has the faster car from the pole. Morgan just got in that restart, so we'll see if Eli can get right back here a few laps after the restart. But Watson up the track back there for 6th. Code Luigi back to the inside. Colton Yell there in the 37 just behind that battle. They're 3 wide down the front stretch, so I saw some banging back there with Riley Sampson and some others. Looks like they're able to sort it out. TJ Hanley has found the bottom lane. He's moving to the front. That 23, even when they've had bad races, they've found their ways to the front. He could get a top 20 at this day where he qualified around 28. That would not be bad for TJ Hanley at all in this race. For 2 separate themselves, Dan Lloyd's all around in 3rd. Then for 4th, still side by side, Trey Rainey and Max Anderson. Anderson has found the outside lane. Rainey down the inside. Looks like the 47 going to be able to complete the pass right here. Max Anderson to 4th. Rainey back to 5th, but fights back to the inside lane. This race can go by pretty fast depending on how fast the race pace is. Right now we've got 30 laps to go this time. The front of the field pretty spread out. 3 cars pull away from this battle for 4th and 5th. Last season we actually saw about 9 cars pull away before yellow came out. And on the restart they went 3 wide for the race win, with Eli Bright moving to the inside of 2 of the dominant cars, Andrew Miller and the 24 of Brandon Tharp. Now down the backstretch. Back there we see a battle, Jeff Bright in the 5 and 11th. Nathan Stapleton trying to move around from the 12th position. And Jonathan Rains makes a 3 wide bold move to the bottom lane. That's 4, 11, 3 wide, 5, 27, 4 as they come off of turn number 4. Some contact there between Stapleton and the 4 of Rains. Off into turn 1, Bright cuts down front of the 27, keeps 11th, and now Jonathan Rains trying to get to 12th off of Stapleton. Looks like he's going to be able to do that as they come down the backstretch. Up front still, it's Morgan, but Eli's not letting that 13 get away. He's in that dirty air, but he's just waiting for that 13 to make one small mistake or trying to get out of that dirty because he's using a little bit of a higher lane. We saw that to his advantage last season in this race. He used the outside lane, that 88 car, and it got him some great runs down the straightaways. We'll see if he can do that here today, if that can maybe work out, but it looks like he lost some ground there off of 4. Eli Bright hungry for a Gatorade Cup Series victory. It's been so long. Season number 4 was the last time he won. It was the 3rd race of the season. Looking to get back to victory lane here at New Hampshire in the LENOX 301. He started on pole. Looked like he was going to be able to pull away. No one was even close to him, and then the caution came out. Morgan got right back to him. Now he can't get by Morgan. Now we'll just see, though. There's still tons of time left. More than half the race left to be played out. No battling inside the top 10. Front 11 pretty clean, but now back here, Rains and Tyler Fink are side by side. Here's Sebastian Kugelheim moving up. Stephen Baker, Luke Rainey, Sampson. There's Jake West with all his damage. He's somehow still up here battling inside the top 20. TJ Henley moving his way inside the top 20 here in the 23 car. Yes, Jay Jefferson behind him. Galloway. There's Hamill and whole field back here in the mid-pack. Pretty bunched up and tight pack racing together. Hanley still trying to break his way inside the top 20s beside the 31 of Stephen Taylor, but can he complete the pass? And up front, Luke Rainey trying to make a pass on Baker in the 96. Down the backstretch. Right there, Rain still can't make the pass on Fink, and Sebastian Kugelheim's looking 3 wide in the 3 car. Jay Jefferson a little tight there, the bottom lane. He can get tight. You can see it's just so hard to make a pass here, but when you can make a pass, you can definitely make it. And you can see Morgan pulling away from Eli Bright. The 88 may have used up his stuff a little bit there, or is he saving some? 4th, 5th, Trey Rainey continuing to fall back as Benny Watson moves to his inside in the 32 car. That's 5th, 6th, and 7th, with Trey Rainey in the 95, Benny Watson in the 32, and Cole Luigi in the 42. Those 3 right now could be battling for a spot inside the top 5. But right now, the 42 drops back, and it's just the 32 and the 95. I'm thinking we do see some lap cars up ahead. It's the 7 of Lynn and the 6 of Carson Bowers. They're both involved in that crash. They're a little bit off pace, and the 13 and the 88 are hot on their trail. They get to them before too long. 4th, 3rd, Max Anderson's run down the 19 of Danny Lloyd. Anderson trying to get back to the points after a disappointing race at Daytona, where he lost the points lead, but now running into the top 5 with Hanley running around 20th and Lee Jack Octavo a little bit further back. This could be the race where Anderson gets the points lead right back from Hanley and Octavo. Back there, a spot inside the top 10 could be changing hands. Jeff Bright looked to the inside of Steve Larker. That's for 10th and 11th. Bright in the 5 car, Larker in the 75. Looks like those drivers are catching those lap cars in a hurry. Steve Morgan and Eli Bright will see where they go once they catch Lynn, and if it kind of hinders the performance of the 13 a little bit. Eli with a great run through 3 and 4, close back in on the 13. We're about halfway through the race, 23 laps down this 45-lap event. Lynn is ahead for the 13 Morgan. 13 gets a little slow right there. Here comes Eli Bright to the back of that 13 car as they come off turn number 2. Down the back, Eli pulls low, but Morgan gets down front of that 88. Does Eli force a 3-wide move? He doesn't, and they stay nose to tail right now through 3 and 4. Morgan a little bit tight underneath that 7 car, and now Eli's going to be able to get by the 7 down the straightaway. Those 2 get clear of the 7. Now they have the 6 ahead of Carson Bowers. Eli looks top. Morgan stays in line, falling behind that 6. Now down the backstretch they race. Morgan stays behind the 6. Once again, Eli looking to the bomb, but Morgan covers the spot down low. And they will go by the 6 here through 3 and 4 and down the straightaway. We got 20 laps to go this time by. 19 to 47 moving around. They have closed in big time on these front 2. Morgan gets by. Eli gets by. And they're done with lap traffic for now. 20 laps to go. 20 miles. It's Steve Morgan, Eli Bright, Lloyd, Anderson, Trey Rainey. Cole Luigi does move to 6th. but can't get by the 7, and Watson will fill the inside. Colton Nichols the same. The 42 slip in front of the 32, thinking he had the spot made, but could not complete the pass and get down in line. And now he's going to lose a ton of time. He'll fall back to 9th as he moves around the 7. Those are 2 Gatorade Cup Series champions, and I'm sure Luigi's not going to be too happy with Lynn, but he can still get positions if the 6 holds up anyone in front of him. See the 47 and the 19 Ballon as the front 2 have pulled away again. Anderson to the inside of Lloyd with help from Trey Rainey. Once again, that inside very hard to make a pass work. 19 did get a little wide there. See if it works out. Looks like Anderson's going to fall back in line 4th. Lloyd keeps 3rd. I really think if Eli wanted to make a move right there, he would have had to with that lap traffic, force a 3-wide move. I don't know if it's going to be hard to make a pass on the race leader here today. I just don't see it happening. See how the front field really pulled away from the rest of the field. That's currently, what, about 11, 12 cars that have pulled away. I think Bowers has some sort of issue here in the 6. Slowing. He's trying to get down pit road, and he cuts across Tyler Fink. Cars jamming on the brakes. Sampson gets away and around. Whoa, Rain's close there. Hanley trying to get behind the bomb lane. There's the 2, the 14, the 21 making contact. Could this be a caution flag? Now Hanley slow down low. Cars everywhere as they come down the front stretch, and now the field is really stacked up, and Hanley might have an issue in the 23 there. He's trying to get going. They're still through it. Now, Hanley's pole. I think the 23 have an issue here. Pole knows it. Oh, a wreck, 3 and 4. It's Fink and Kukulon. And the yellow flag is out for the 2nd time here this evening, and they're still stacking up. Hanley might have some issue or he's trying to get going. Now here come these drivers racing back. The front few did not take the caution flag. We're coming to 15 laps to go. This is a caution Steve Morgan did not want. Eli Bright's going to be on his back bumper. This is exactly how Eli lost the lead and how Morgan got it. Yellow is out. Steve Morgan leads back to the caution flag. Eli Bright 2nd. And the caution is for an issue with the 3 of Kukulon and the 21 of Tyler Fink. We'll see how the caution was caused. So with that whole stack of cars that got in positions, cars that flown on by some. See Fink trying to get to the inside west right here. Kukulon and the 3 drives it hard into the corner, trying to get beneath the 14. I think he may have just misjudged where the 21 was and sent the 21 hard to the outside wall there. And Tyler Fink, a top 15 day gone wrong again for that 21 team. And he's got some damage. He should be able to stay in the race, but that's pretty hard contact there, and he could be off pace. And I really just think the 3 may have misjudged what happened there, and I think he tried to get him behind the 21, instead just clipped him a little bit right there. I really think that's what it was. I can't really tell, though. We'll have to see from a head-on camera angle. Yeah, unless that was on purpose, where maybe something happened with them before, I really think Kukulon just kind of misjudged that. But we'll see if anything arises from that later on in the season. Steve Morgan almost had the win basically locked up at this point, but now he's going to have to deal with a restart late in this race, the exact same way he lost the race lead. He has the race lead now, and the guy who lost the race lead to Morgan is in 2nd, trying to do the same as the first restart. We'll see what happens on a late race restart with about 10 to go here at New Hampshire. Big stories to come back to New Hampshire. Eli Bright is now your race leader in the LENOX 301. Your race leader, Steve Morgan, has had to come down the pit lane, and he's out of the race with an apparent issue on the 13 car. We talk about nothing is ever given in these series, and once again, it's just proven why we say that. The 6 of Bowers, remember when he cut across the track to get to the pit lane, tire issue. The 21 and the 7 are both 2 laps down. 39 cars on the lead lap. Last one is going to be Jack Marshall. In fact, there's going to be 38 now because the 13 from the race lead. Suspension issues on the 13. It's never a given in the Gatorade Cup Series, and we see that once again here today. The race leader with an issue to the car. Eli Bright from the pole has been chasing Steve Morgan since about lap number 7. Eli now up front for the restart again. Max Harrison 2nd, Danny Lloyd 3rd, Trey Rainey 4th, Benny Watson inside of the top 5. How does this go? 11 laps to go. Can Eli get through the gears better than last time? Green flag back out here at New Hampshire. Much better restart for the 88 of Eli Bright, but he still has to make it through this lap. Back there. Positions being changed. For 7th, Luigi to the inside of Nichols. Down the backstretch they race. The 48 with a great run off the top side clears. Now Trey Rain looks to the inside for 3rd on Danny Lloyd. Off into turn 3. And this Ballon is what Eli Bright wants to see. Doesn't want anyone to form runs here. He's pulling away. Coming to 10 laps to go. That battle for 3rd, it's shaping up to be a good one. Trey Rain has it at the line. But the 19 has the outside lane, the preferred lane. Here later in a run. Anderson has caught the 88 now. Onto his back bumper he goes, but can he make the pass work if he can make one? He can try and make one. We'll see if it works. To the inside he'll go into turn 3. Side by side, the 88 with the top lane. 47 with the bottom. Eli powers off the top to stay clear. Now we're coming to 9 to go. Back here, Lloyd stays clear for 3rd. Trey Rainey is 4th. 5th, Benny Watson looking to the outside of the 95, trying to make an outside pass work, but Colton Yo trying to fill that spot down low. Nichols in the 40 up top as Luigi looks low. And once again, the front two separate themselves. This time, Max Anderson running down the 88 of Eli Bright, and there are position changes being made everywhere. Cars going high, cars going low. Watson stays 5th, Yo back to 6th. Nichols stays 7th for now, Luigi in 8th. Back there, Larker is 9th. Jeff Bright and Nathan Stapleton battle 10th and 11th. 8 laps to go. Front 2 pull away. Then you got the battle for 3rd and 4th. And then 5th on back in a huge battle. Watson, Yo, Nichols, Luigi, Larker, Bright, Stapleton, Sampson are your top 12. Luke Ray's emerged to 13th. West is 14th. Taylor trying to get by. TJ Henley, your points that are coming in the race, is currently scored 18th. He just got by Derek Campbell in the 55. Look back up to the race lead, where Max Anderson is pressuring the 88 of Eli Bright. He knows that Eli has that long winless streak on his mind, fresh on his mind. He's been so close so many times since that frame. Can he get to victory lane? But with the driver who's been one of the best this season, if not the best this season, on his tail, Max Anderson, does he think about that winless streak and get forced into a mistake? 2 cars to settle it here at New Hampshire. 6 to go. A pass for 7th has just been made. Luigi clears 48 of Nichols, and here comes the 5, the 48's teammate to the inside for 8th. And he'll get by. Nichols might have a problem in the 48 cars. Jeff Bright just moved to 8th. Currently, 3 of the 400 Motorsports cars inside the top 10. Eli Bright leading, Jeff Bright 8th, Isaac Nichols 9th. The 24 Mac Johnson currently being scored in the 21st position. They may have just missed the setup. Eli wanted to see this. 5 to go, yellow, and it would be over. That's the one thing Eli wants to see. He did not want to see another restart because he knows he could probably hold off the 47 on the racetrack as long as he just stays nice and smooth. But if there's a restart, and he's gapping that 47, he's pulling away from Max Anderson. Either Anderson's trying to lay back and get one last run with about 2 laps to go, or that car is falling off. But back here for 3rd, they're still battling. Danny Lloyd to the inside, Danny Lloyd to the outside, Trey Rainey to the inside. And the 95 might make it work. He has help from Benny Watson. 4 laps to go. And off of the corner, Lloyd falls back all the way to 5th. Benny Watson just grabbed 4th. Now here comes Colton Yo. He's going for a top 5. Back here, Luigi, Jeff Bright battling for 7th. Luigi up the track, Bright to the inside. We're coming to 3 laps to go. And the outside lane seems to have faded just a little bit at this point in the race. You can see that 19's not able to make that top side work, and the 42 also. Maybe too much rubber has been put up there, or something along the lines of that. Colton Yo just moves his way inside the top 5. And Luigi not giving up 7th though. Hard on the gas off the corner. He clears Jeff Bright. Now Isaac Nichols moves to the outside the 5 car. And Luigi have his shot at Danny Lloyd for 6th. But up front, it's all Eli Bright. He has to make it 2 more miles. Can he get it done in the 88 car? No one's near. Max Anderson's pretty far back. Almost 7/10 of a second back is that 47 car. It's been so long for this 88. It's been so long for Eli. Through 3 and 4. 1 mile. Can he make it? Off of 4. The white flag is shown. Last lap for the 88 and Eli Bright. Trying to get back to Gatorade Cup Series victory lane. He started on pole. The first caution came out the first restart, and he lost it to Steve Morgan. But now the 13 with a suspension issue puts the 88 in the race on the last restart, and he nails it. Down the backstretch. Off into turn number 3. The long-awaited moment for Eli Bright and the 88 team will come in the Season 7 LENOX 301. Eli Bright is the Gatorade Cup Series winner again. He wins at New Hampshire over Max Anderson, and there is going to be a celebration like no other here for Eli Bright and the 88 team. It's been over 3 seasons, and it's over. The wait is over. The Season 3 Home Depot 400 at Las Vegas, the 3rd race of the season, and now here at New Hampshire, the 20th race, the LENOX 301, will be Eli Bright's next victory in the Gatorade Cup Series, and this just proves that he is going to be hard to beat to be the second most winningest driver in these series. Eli Bright, back to victory lane in the Gatorade Cup Series at last. Let's now go check the finishing results. Here are the finishing results for the LENOX 301 at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. There were 2 caution flags for 8 laps. Only 2 drivers led this race. Eli Bright was one of them from the pole, leading 21 of 45 laps to get to victory lane. Max Anderson's up second. He was close there, but his car may have just faded off at the end. Trey Rainey finally gets to third over Danny Lloyd. Benny Watson climbs up to fourth, so that win definitely a lot of momentum for that 32 team. Great run once again, and Colton Yell rounds up the top 5. Then Danny Lloyd falls to 6th there late. Jeff Brett to 7th. Coluigi 8th. Isaac Nichols 9th, and Nathan Stapleton rounds up the top 10. There's your top 20. Great day for the Hendrick Motorsports teams. Eli Bright winning the race from the pole, leading 21 laps. Jeff Bright 7th, Isaac Nichols 9th. Mac Johnson and the team may have messed this up a little bit, down to 22nd in the finishing order. TJ Henley was up inside the top 20, but that car faded late. He ends up 21st in the race and loses the points lead, but he's still only 10 points back. Lee Jack Table 3rd in points in the race, 28th. 38 cars finish on the lead lap, 40 finish running. Carson Bowers a tire issue, and heartbreak has to be Steve Morgan, was leading the race, led 24, the most laps of anyone. And suspension issues put him out of the race from the race lead. Once again, we see this so many times in these series. The leader is never guaranteed a victory, no matter what. Let's now go look at the points. Here are the point standings as we head from New Hampshire. Max Anderson takes the points lead back over from TJ Henley, who falls to second, but Henley's only 10 points back. Lee Jack Table does keep third. He's 47 back. Danny Lloyd's closed into fourth, 96 back. And Alexander Rowe, a distant 187 back in fifth. So the front four really gap themselves. They should be good to make the chase if nothing drastic happens. Trey Rainey up to 6th. He's only 1 point back at 5th. Jack Marshall 7th and 8th, and Stapleton 8th. Griffin Lynn 9th. And Diego Gapez has the final top 10 spot. He's 10th. There's your top 20, your 2 wild cards. Steven Taylor, who's 12th in points, and Patrick Smith is 18th in points. They're the 2 wild cards currently. Isaac Nichols, though, is not that far behind the 34. He's only 11 points behind the 34. That could be a wild card. But say someone like Jack Marshall falls out. He has 2 wins. He would get one automatically. Nathan Stapleton could fall out. Gambit, Price, Jefferson, someone could win and it changed the whole wild card picture. Or you could have someone like Steve Morgan, Eli Bright, Carter Friesen. They're 21st, 22nd, 23rd. They move up. They could definitely get something done there. And Sebastian Cookline, he's going to need some great races here. He's down to 25th in points, but he has those 2 wins. He needs to get top 20. Those 2 wins are crucial because no one else outside of the top 10 points has 2 wins. He needs to get up there. He could use them as his wild card. Benny Watson, another win. He's up to 38th after another great performance. That 32 team coming to life, but maybe too little too late for that team, but you never know. A few great races here and there. Get up there. Next race will be held at Michigan, the Cobalt 400. I'll see you guys then.